So, in watching y'all work, just now doing exchanges for the people who did venture into the arms, I want to make sure that you're, again, familiar with the three meridians, yin meridians that are in the arm, their pathway and their source points, and how they continue out into the hand. So the three yin meridians of the arm are lung, pericardium, and heart. And the lung meridian, again, starts just distal or below the clavicle. About halfway between the manubrium and the acromion process, there's a little dip just below the clavicle, and just a finger width below that is lung meridian, the start of lung meridian. And the lung meridian comes up over the shoulder, over the deltoid, and goes in between the bicep and the tricep on the thumb side. So it starts here, comes over, goes in between the bicep and the tricep. This is lung meridian. Feel that groove on yourself. So what I'm talking about is after it comes here, goes over, and it goes in between the bicep and the tricep on the thumb side. And then it comes on the softer portion of the forearm in line with the thumb. So the line just comes right in line with the thumb. The source point is again here in this little indentation at the wrist crease. All three of the source points, the yin source points of the hand, are on the wrist crease. And then goes right through the pad, right through the pad, right through the pad, and out the thumb, ending at the lower corner of the nail. The pericardium meridian, the second yin meridian of the arm, starts on the side of the torso, in between the ribs, and it follows the contour of the pec major. So starting here, this is the contour of the pec major, follows here, and it goes right in between and into the bicipital groove. So after starting here on the side of the torso, it comes right up this outer contour of pec major, and then it goes right in between the bicep heads, in the bicipital groove. And then right through the center of the forearm. Then its source point again, right at the wrist crease, in line with the middle finger. Right through the pad here, and right through and out the tip of the middle finger. The heart meridian starts right in the middle of the armpit. And then it comes in between the bicep and the tricep on the little finger side. So starting here, right through that groove there. So you can easily do this one in supine. And then again, all three of them come up on the soft portion of the forearm through the flexors. Yes, flexors. In line with the little finger. The source point, again, as I mentioned, all three of the source points are at the wrist crease. The heart source point, which is heart 7, which is, its name is Shen Men, which is spirit gate. Because in Chinese medicine they say that the spirit resides in the heart. Then right up onto the palm, and the line itself goes in between the 4th and 5th metacarpal. And it comes up on the inside of the little finger, and then ends at this lower corner of the nail here. So that's the course of the three yin meridians. Now, as far as the yang meridians of the arm, they would be located on the yang, or the harder side of the body. And I had you stretching and then also compressing and then doing the meridians. And what I'm going to ask you to do is think about perhaps including them either in supine, where we're going to follow the course of the meridian, and here's how they go. The three yang meridians of the arm are large intestine, starting at the index finger, triple warmer, which starts at the fourth finger, and small intestine, which starts on the little finger. So in doing the yang meridians of the arm, you can work the finger, come right up between the index finger and the thumb, and then just follow the radius, or the brachioradialis, if you're more familiar with the muscular location, right on the ridge of the bone. And then it comes up, swing over here if you can't see it, please, in between the deltoid head. So it comes up following, starts at the index finger, comes right up here, goes right through here, in between the anterior and medial deltoid. And then it comes up onto the shoulder and then up onto the face. The triple warmer starts at the fourth finger, goes right on the back of the hand, and it goes right in between the radius and the ulna. So right in between the bone is where the triple warmer goes. So you can just sink in easily and access the meridian. And then this meridian continues up, and it goes right between the medial and posterior deltoid. So those are good landmarks. So one meridian goes in between the anterior and medial, and the other meridian comes up and goes in between the medial and the posterior. The last yang meridian of the arm is small intestine meridian, and it starts on the outside of the little finger, and it goes right into the side of the hand, and right up underneath the ulna. And then it just continues, actually this way, right into the crease of the arm. So, could you turn the sideline onto your left side? Just lift your head, please. And straighten this leg out. This leg here. So, one thing you could think about doing is including these yang lines, if it's easier for you, while you're in sideline position. Because you could easily stretch the arm, and you could work the lines a little clearer here, because they're pointing up in this direction. You might find it easier to do it this way. This goes in between the anterior and medial. This triple warmer starts here at the finger, comes onto the back of the hand, and see how the body is supporting the arm. So it's a nice height where you can use your body weight a little bit more clearly, and go right in between the radius and the ulna, and right into the side of the arm, and right in between the medial and posterior deltoid. And then the last meridian, the small intestine meridian, starts on the side of the finger, into the side of the hand, and then up underneath the ulna. And it continues up, and it goes right into, on top of the wrist crease, the armpit crease. So if you see this crease here, you can just come right up above it, and that's where the point is. Notice the exaggerated expression on Tara's face. This is a really good way of getting these points, and these points here on the small intestine are traditionally used to help release tension in the shoulder. We'll talk about that a little bit more. But this morning, after I finished doing my practice, I was thinking about that. It might be a little bit more effective for us to do it in sideline position.
9.5 minutes.
Pardon me?
9.5.
Oh, thank you. So I think that would be a little bit more effective. Okay? So we'll start to include that into our routine a little bit. Okay? Okay, thank you.